Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome. Welcome to the 2023 Plano ISD Leadership and Ambassador Program, Class 2 graduation. Best class ever if we're stealing that bit, but best class ever. My name is David Stolley, President of the Plano ISD Board of Trustees, and helping me celebrate this graduating class tonight are some of my fellow school board members, and I'm honored to introduce them now. And I invite each of you all to stand and remain standing until you've all been introduced, but please feel free to applaud each of them graciously with loud, thunderous applause, because they deserve it. They are Vice President Nancy Humphrey, Board Secretary Jerry Chambers, and Trustee Angela Powell. That's pretty good, y'all. So trustees Dr. Heather Wong, Dr. Lauren Tyra, and Cody Weaver were unable to be with us tonight, but they all three send their congratulations. So thank you, board members. I truly enjoy serving with each of you. On behalf of the board and our district, I want to thank you all for attending this ceremony tonight and this celebration as we honor a dedicated and enthusiastic group of community leaders. For years, our board has championed having a program like Leadership and Ambassador in Plano ISD. It really was a dream of ours. It started several years ago. And we've enjoyed watching the program become a reality. And so we want to thank you all for dedicating your time and energy to this program. And most of all, we want to thank you for wanting to learn more about our school district. Having you all in the community with the knowledge that you now have is so, so important. You will leave tonight as the Class 2 graduates of this program, and I hope that you take with you a stronger sense of belonging to Plano ISD and really to our community from this experience. I look forward to seeing you out in the community as ambassadors for Plano ISD and for this program. Importantly, for this program, we want to keep it going. Thank you for taking this journey with us. Please give yourselves a well-deserved round of applause. All right, I'm now going to turn this over to Dr. Teresa Williams, our superintendent. You can also give her a big rousing round of applause.
Thank you, President Stolley. Can you hear okay? Is that all right? Volume? Okay, good. So before we continue with our celebration, I want to pause and introduce our Plano ISD Executive Leadership Team. Please stand and be recognized and remain standing until all names have been called. First, Dr. Celinda Freeman, Deputy Superintendent for Leadership and Operations. Johnny Hill, Deputy Superintendent for Business and Employee Services. Lisa Wilson, Deputy Superintendent for Teaching, Learning, and Life Readiness. Jed Reed, Assistant Superintendent for Employee Services. Patrick Tanner, Assistant Superintendent for Technology Services. Leslie Range Stanton, Chief Communications Officer. Dr. Dash Ware Singer, Senior Executive Director for Assessment, Research, Program Evaluation. Matt Fry, Executive Director for Instructional Technology. Dr. Courtney Gober, Assistant Superintendent for Student Family Community Services, and Lori Taylor, Chief Learning Officer, and Ivan Cantu, Executive Director for Professional Learning, were unable to attend this evening. Additionally, I would like to also recognize our Executive Directors for School Leadership and Innovation, Larissa Liner, Steve Ewing, and Gloria Martinez. Executive Director for School Leadership, Ryan Still, and Jill Stoker could not be with us this evening. Cabinet members, thank you for your outstanding leadership and commitment. To our Class 2 leadership and ambassadors, I echo David's words. We appreciate your dedication, your time, your energy, and all that you've put into Plano ISD's Leadership and Ambassador Program. This program is designed to inform, encourage current and future community leaders to become active participants in the district's mission. I am pleased to say that for this second consecutive year of the Leadership and Ambassador Program, we have an amazing group of ambassadors, which includes community leaders, executive directors, PTA members, parents, and so much more. This year's participants represent the fields of education, finance, government, social services, technology, just to name a few. No matter the vocation, these 24 individuals had one thing in common, and that was to come and learn about Plano ISD, the ins and outs of our school district. Over the past 9 months, they've learned about our strategic plan, covering topics from school finance, our portrait of a graduate, talent acquisition, and community engagement. This diverse group also participated in our signature District Discovery Day, which is a fun-filled educational scavenger hunt that's not supposed to be competitive, but somehow it manages to always be a little competitive. And that's where our team, our ambassadors got to go around the district and find new and exciting things and unleash not only their competitive side, but also the desire to be learners. Our leadership and ambassador members, throughout the duration of this program, you've learned and you've heard us say that we're committed to excellence. And you were chosen from nearly 100 applicants because you stood out in your own excellent way. Your excellence was demonstrated by your class attendance, your participation as a group, your thought-provoking questions, and your willingness to come and be a part of our district in this way. Thank you for putting your best foot forward. Our goal was not only for you to learn from us, but for us to learn from you, and we did. Our Board of Trustees attended these sessions along with our leadership team and came away with new perspectives from your comments, your input, your ideas, and your thoughts. If you've learned anything over the course of this year, I know firsthand that you probably have, that you've learned that Plano ISD is committed to excellence, we're dedicated to caring, we are powered by learning, and we are very proud, we are Plano ISD proud of each of you. After tonight, we hope, and part of the program is that we not only hope but expect that you'll continue to be a part of our community, our team, our district, and that you'll continue to be involved and engaged, whether it's volunteering or as a partner. We want you to continue your journey alongside us. Now, to prepare for this very special moment, I would like to invite Leslie Range Stanton to introduce and recognize our leadership and ambassador program members of Class 2, and welcome Board President Stolle to join me at the presentation table.
Okay. Well, good evening. It is my pleasure to formally introduce our Class 2 Leadership Ambassador Program members as they take a very long walk across the stage, and we will officially announce your graduation from this program. So we are so excited that you are all here. Now, it looks like we may be missing a few members, but I'm going to call the names anyway because everybody's name should be called. So as we're lining, I think we're all lined up, but I think we were going to watch a video. They lined up so fast. We're going to watch the video and then we're going to start calling our names. All right, thank you. Thanks for letting us share that look back. That was a great look back on our year, and I'm so glad that we were able to start that way. It reminds me that, we do have a few other folks to thank, and I would love for you to make sure to pay attention to this special thank you on the back of the program for all of the folks in the district who helped put this program together, who gave us space at their schools or presented their programs. Every one of these names should be recognized. And I also want to take a moment to recognize our communications department staff. I know that's not in the script, but especially Millicent Haynes, who dropped in in the middle of the year, starting out this year, brand new to us, and she has put on a great program for you guys. So thank you so much, Millicent, for your hard work. I don't know where she's standing right now. Thank you. And to the rest of the communications department team, and you will see us with our badges, and we're always here to help and serve. So when you see them, just say thank you on my behalf. And now it's time to get to our honorees for the evening. When I call your name, you're going to walk across the stage, the long stage, and then you're going to accept a certificate and a token of our appreciation from President Stolle and Superintendent Williams. And without further ado, I would like to get started with Donna Bateman. Thank you, Donna. Crystal Clayton. Andrea Cockrell. Shannon DeWolf. Al Ely. Dr. Ajikwaga Feli. Laura Gillum. Heike Jeffrey. Benjamin Loeb. Michael Malone II. Mary McClure. Judge Michael Missildine. Ravi Narayan. Need some music. Enjoy the spotlight, Ravi. Gabriella Pate. And not the first Phimister to come through this program, Charisse Phimister. And they can argue over which is the best class ever. Thank you, Charisse. Mark Pollock. Enrique Rico. Jill Sims. Kelley Thomas. Michele Townes. And Gisela Velasquez. Thank you. And thanks so much. Now, we do have two other names that we are not calling tonight because they're not walking across the stage, but we want to recognize two folks who did complete the program. They're just not able to join us, Stephanie Mace and Daniel LeBrod. All right, so congratulations to each and every one of you. Just as Dr. Williams said, we hope and really anticipate that you will be getting involved in Plano ISD in some capacity in the future. We want to say thank you to Class 1 who led the way. We have a few members from Class 1 here today, so thank you for being here. And let's give them, along with our newest graduates, Class 2, another round of applause. All right, so at this time, I would like to recognize the many district employees and community members who helped our communications department team make this program successful. I think I jumped the gun earlier. They are all listed on the program. So again, we don't need to call their names, but they made this program what it was, opening their doors and sharing programs, inspiring our members to get involved. We had such a great presentation from HR that we have a new substitute teacher in our ranks, just as a result of listening to HR present at that particular program. So we were just really excited about everything that you did. You gave up your time and space, shared your knowledge, and thank you very much for that. At this time, I would like to recognize our leaders, some of our Class 1 members. Oh, again, I'm ahead of the script. I'm so sorry. So I'm used to writing the script and not reading the script. So let's give them a minute. If our Class 1 members are in the audience, just to stand so we can see you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right, we really appreciate it. Those are the folks who pioneered this program and led the way for Class 2. Now it's time to introduce our speaker for the evening, Al Ely. Al is a member of Leadership and Ambassador Class 2. As Al makes his way to the stage, I will go ahead and share a few qualities that make him an extraordinary leader. Al is a dedicated family man, a diligent businessman, and as an executive at Harley-Davidson Financial Services, he successfully led teams his entire career. His community involvement in Plano has encompassed supporting Plano ISD, Children's Advocacy Center of North Texas, the Children's Advocacy Center and North Texas Food Bank. And with Plano ISD, he served a 3-year term on our district-based improvement committee. He served on the board of directors for the Children's Advocacy Center of Collin County and is currently serving on the advisory council. He led a citywide committee for North Texas Food Bank, supporting both the backpack program and the peanut butter drive. Those are all things that help our children. Al enjoys channeling his time and energy in the areas of special needs and fine arts. So this is a great building for Al to be in tonight. He believes in giving back to his community in a real and tangible way to ensure the students of Plano ISD have advocates who are willing to take on challenging topics and ensure positive outcomes. During his leadership and ambassador enrollment, Al connected Plano ISD's Charmaine Solomon Adult Transition Center with the Art Center of Plano. This new partnership enables Plano ISD staff to collaborate with the Art Center and develop opportunities for student vocational training. Al recently participated in the Community Engagement Initiative delegation visit to the Capitol. That was last week, traveling to Austin with other members of this class in Class 1 and Leadership Plano and Leadership Richardson. And then it saves the best for last that I led with, but he became a substitute teacher for Plano ISD. We're really excited about that. Always responding to the call of action, he was selected from among all of his peers to speak tonight on behalf of the class. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Al Ely.
On behalf of the leadership and ambassador class, I'd like to thank the Board of Trustees, our Plano Independent School District leadership and staff, the wonderful communications team, and my fellow Class 2 leaders and ambassadors. I'm very proud to be a part of this wonderful class of leaders for PISD. This group is extremely involved in our community in so many different and impactful ways. Let me provide you with a small sample of the exceptional work that these class members perform. Plano Chamber of Commerce, the Junior League of Collin County, Rotary Clubs, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, City of Plano Commissions, Leadership Plano graduates, PTA leadership positions, United Way, Strategic Planning Committee, court-appointed special advocates, district-based improvement committee, college professors, and small business owners. Class 2 are an exceptional group of leaders within our community. Upon entering the Leadership and Ambassador Program, many of us had the belief that we were well informed regarding PISD and the many programs and opportunities that are provided to our students. Many of us were surprised, however, at how much more we needed to learn about the offerings of PISD and how our public school district can successfully compete with any private school. Our class was truly amazed at the scope of offerings and opportunities within PISD. Let me go through just a short list of what's available to our students. Culinary arts, floral, automotive repair, aerospace, electrical, welding, plumbing, agriculture, food and natural resources, architecture and construction, arts, audio-video technology, communications, business marketing and finance, the IB World School, the Industries Academy, the Health and Sciences Academy, and the Academy High School, which emphasizes science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. This is a very impressive list of offerings for our students within PISD. Overall, there were two areas within this program that seemed to impact our class in a very special and a very different way. First, our wraparound services, which include the Bird Welcome Center, the clinic, the caring place for food and clothing, and the mobile learning lab. These services are so important to our students, their families, as well as our community. I encourage all of you to visit the PISD website and become familiar with the culture of caring that is demonstrated within this organization. Once the class had the opportunity to listen to these wonderful staff members and tour the facility, we immediately knew that we as a group wanted to help. On that day, the class decision to individually purchase new shoes for boys and girls and to donate them to the entire Welcome Center team. These donations are here today in the lobby of the Fine Arts Center. Second, the topic of our school budget also impacted this class in a very different way. Specifically, the topic of recapture, or as it now may be referred to as excess revenue. By no means am I an expert on this topic. However, I am much more knowledgeable today about this program and the input by this program and the input of staff and board members. Let me share with you a little bit about this topic in the hope that you might become actively involved in a better solution for our students. This school year, PISD will be sending approximately $248 million of your tax dollars from our district to other less fortunate districts. In the next school year, it's projected that $255 million of our tax dollars will be removed from PISD and sent to other less fortunate districts. Let that sink in for just a moment. $500 million of our tax money will leave PISD in the next 2-year period of time. That has a dramatic effect on our students, our programs, and our services. Now, as taxpayers, we really do not like to see our tax dollars going outside of our district and outside of our control. However, we might be able to rationalize these funds from more affluent districts that can be reallocated to less fortunate districts in order to improve the overall education of all Texas children. Unfortunately, that's not the entire story. As we have learned, instead of our tax dollars going directly to those school districts in the most needs, the recapture funds, or the excess revenue funds, actually go to the state legislature so our elected officials can allocate these funds. In a recent reallocation of these funds, approximately 23% of those dollars never made it directly to the public school districts in need. Those funds remained in the general fund with no or little accounting of where those funds actually were distributed. Currently, our Board of Trustees and our PISD administration are working with elected officials in order to bring accountability and responsibility to this important issue. I don't know about you, but in my business life nor in my personal life have I ever experienced excess revenue. We need to hold our elected officials accountable for these funds, which are intended 100% for public schools. This now leads me to another topic that's very important to the supporters and advocates of public education. That is the ongoing push for school vouchers. In addition to the word vouchers, you might hear terms such as parental empowerment, or school choice, or educational savings accounts. All of these mean that your tax dollars will be taken away from public schools in order to support private schools. I have no issue with the concept of private schools. However, I do have an issue when elected officials use our tax dollars to support and fund private schools. Private schools can be selective in their admissions. Some have strict or restrictive academic or religious standards. They are not required to accept or to educate students who may have a disability. They do not adhere to the same testing requirements that are placed upon public schools. These bills, if passed by the legislature, have the potential to upend our public school system, causing countless unintended consequences. I urge each of you to quickly become aware of this situation and call your House representatives. As advocates for public education, your tax dollars might go to support private or religious schools while our public schools continue to be underfunded. During our time in this wonderful program, the communication team has continually used the phrase call to action. In just a moment, I'm going to ask each of you to take a specific action on a couple of areas that are important to you and that will benefit education within the Plano Independent School District. But let me first share a little bit about my call to action. My involvement with PISD actually began just across the street at the Academy High School. Harley-Davidson Financial Services is located next door, and the administration wanted to ensure a close and positive working relationship with the leadership at Harley-Davidson Financial Services. As vice president, this became my journey with PISD. I have been involved as a volunteer at schools. I participated in the Watchdog program at Centennial Elementary. Our company participated in the Food for Kids Backpack program, and I served on the District-Based Improvement Committee for several years. In preparation for this talk, one of my classmates shared with me something this entire class has experienced. They said, even as someone who has had past dealings both professionally and personally, and as a parent with PISD, I was blown away by the breadth of new information we were provided and felt as though I could better engage other families and community members in what I was learning. As my call to action, I have selected 4 areas that require my attention in order to effect change. First, I want to be more knowledgeable of PISD programs and opportunities, and I will do this by fully understanding the PISD website and its contents. 2, I will help promote and market all of the special programs and academies offered by PISD. These programs and opportunities provide a robust public education for our students. 3, become involved in public school advocacy with our elected officials in order to fully fund our public schools. And finally, based on my recent experiences with the Leadership and Ambassador Program, I have applied, been accepted, and have become a substitute teacher. As a recently retired vice president at Harley-Davidson, I'm pretty excited about this, but I'm also pretty nervous. But I am confident, however, that with the support of PISD staff, it will be both a wonderful and successful experience. Now that I've shared my call to action, I have a challenge for each of you here today. We are all advocates for public education, and we all want Plano Independent School District to thrive in the years ahead. So here's my challenge and call to action to each of you. Tomorrow and over the next 2 weeks, call all members of the Texas House and the Texas Senate who represent PISD and demand that they fully fund our public schools and not use any taxpayer dollars for vouchers or voucher-like programs. 2, choose one other area or topic of interest that you are passionate about and get to work next week on setting a goal and accomplishing something beneficial for PISD. We can all make a significant difference and a major contribution in the lives of our PISD students and our community. In closing, I would like to once again thank our Board of Trustees, our wonderful PISD staff and administration, and especially the entire communications team, who have enlightened all of us with so much information and provided us with so many opportunities to assist and represent PISD going forward. This has been an amazing experience for all of us in Class 2 of the Leadership and Ambassador Program. Thank you, Class 2 members, for being such awesome group leaders. Thank you.
Thank you, Al. Good evening. I'm Millicent Haynes, and I had the honor of coordinating the 2022-23 Plano ISD Leadership and Ambassador Program. To the Class 2 graduates, thank you for always being responsive, relational, and ready to start class on time. It's been a joy and an honor to serve you. Tonight, I have good news. The good news is that enrollment is now open for the 2023-24 session of Leadership and Ambassador. Feel free to share this information with the people in your circle. You may find the application and instructions online at pisd.edu/leadership and ambassador. The application is due Friday, June 17th. In closing, we've heard the adage, it's not where you start, but where you finish. Congratulations again to Class 2 for not only finishing, but finishing strong. We applaud your service and generosity to wrap your arms around those families in need by donating shoes to the Caring Place at the Bird Welcome and Enrollment Center. We have no doubt that Class 2 will be the leaders we can depend on in the future. Thank you for joining us tonight. Continue to mix and mingle, and at this time, I'm going to invite Class 2 to the stage for one final group photo and your individual Plano ISD red letter photo. Everyone have a good evening and a safe trip home.